Hello students, welcome to Vijetha IAS Academy. In this session, we are going to deal with objectivity. We are dealing this topic as part of the third unit. First one, ethics and human interface we have done, aptitude we have done. Now, this attitude we have done. Now we are in the aptitude. We are having different issues. Yesterday, in the previous session, we have seen that different foundational values in civil services. One important element was integrity. Next, impartiality and non-partisanship. Another important foundational value for civil service is the objectivity. So, what is the meaning of objectivity? And we are going to see what are the various issues associated with it. But fundamental structure is going to be like this, whether it is integrity, whether it is impartiality or non-partisanship or objectivity, anything. First, what is the meaning of it? Second one, ultimately, the purpose of understanding this particular topic is how does it help? This is the ultimate point which we are going to address. Why a civil servant needed this particular quality when they are doing their official duties. So, that is the ultimate objective of understanding any topic in ethics. We have to apply that particular concept to the real world. That is why we are studying about ethics. Objectivity is also like that. This is the syllabus. As usual, like we are trying to understand in which part of the syllabus this particular topic is given. Third one, so first one ethics and human interface, attitude, second one, third one aptitude and foundational values, many foundational values, integrity done, impartiality and non-partisanship done. Now objectivity we are doing now. When it comes to objectivity, what is objectivity? In previous session also somewhere this particular objectivity topic also has come, that based on completely reality or facts, reasoning. Objectivity means there must be truth in that. You have to see that without having any emotions, without having any bias, prejudices, you are going to take the decision, very rational decision depending on the facts in front of you. The idea of objectivity is having a reason that is free from personal preferences, feelings and opinions. Since beginning of our ethics classes, we are continuously seeing that India is a multi-ethnic, multi-religious, multi-caste and so much diversity is there. Every individual is the product of this diversity. A single individual become civil servant, but that civil servant carries all these identities: language identity, caste identity, religion identity, region identity. In addition to that, other angles also, that is society. When it comes to political identity also people carry inherently. That means if they are particularly pro particular party, then they will have some kind of bias towards that particular party or bias towards a opposition party. So party based, that's what in the previous session we have seen non-partisanship. These are very unconscious level characteristics of an individual who is entering into the civil services. We have to handle these issues very clearly with very conscious mind, and so that individual who is serving as a civil servant inculcate them very automatically, inculcate them unconsciously. But initially every civil servant has to work very consciously that which is wrong in this particular duty, which is correct way of thinking and correct way of doing for this particular duty. People will carry preferences, feelings and opinions. Preference towards a particular party, preference towards a particular caste, upper caste, or lower caste. It could be lower caste also. It need not to be upper caste alone. Suppose a person in the Indian context, upper caste exploited the lower caste historically. With the Constitution of India, everyone made as equal. Upper caste and lower caste, it doesn't matter. Everyone is equal in front of the Constitution. Untouchability is completely prohibited. If somebody practices, they will be jailed, imprisoned. That kind of progressive ideals entered into the Constitution. Despite this, still even after independence also, in villages, obviously theoretically Constitution has given, but practically it will not come into reality immediately. It takes some time. Therefore, upper caste people enter into civil services, lower caste people also enter into civil services. Suppose if a lower caste person enters into civil service, in their village or in their locality, they might have faced discrimination. Now, when they come into civil service, now they get the power, and once they get the power, does it mean they are going to take the revenge against the upper caste? Suppose if upper caste and lower caste conflict was going on in a village, if upper caste person becomes a civil servant, now they get already socially they are powerful, now they got even government power authority also into their hand. Now, will they exploit even more, or will they treat all people equal? Now, do you see? Civil service is giving power, authority, duty, responsibility. Many things are coming with this. But great power comes with greater responsibility. Will the civil servants do this with greater responsibility or to further their social interest? That's what preference. So, what kind of preference they will give? Power is in the hand, for what purpose they are going to use it? Preferences, feelings and opinions. Therefore, each and every individual is the product of this social complexity. Lower caste, upper caste, minority religion, majority religion. And if majority religion is having prejudices over minority religions, once they become the civil servant, how they deal with minorities. Or if minority person becomes civil servant, they have some prejudices over majority religion, how they deal with them. We as a civil servant should go beyond these feelings, should go beyond these preferences, should go beyond these prejudices. That's where objectivity is all about. Otherwise, before becoming civil servant, after becoming civil servant, there is no difference. So, same kind of social structure, just with more power, people are going to increase these discriminations even further, deepen the distrust in the society even further. Now, it will create fault lines in the society. Now, with power, people should unify the people rather than dividing the people with more power. So, that is where objectivity is very important, to make people very unified, and also when it comes to the decision making, civil servant should take decision based on objectivity rather than existing pre-notions. Preferences, feelings and opinions. Having this means simply one should not have any bias towards any person. That means to harm any person, one should not do that. To favor some person, no one should do. So, that is what bias. Either to favor or to harm, that should not be done. No personal preferences, no partiality. So, this is how people should purely go by the objectivity. What is the case? Suppose if case comes, a police department, IPS, civil servant is IPS. Now, case come in front of that person, how they are going to deal with that case? Purely based on evidence or based on these preferences, personal biases and any other calculations? Objectivity is to inculcate this value in the civil servants, so that civil servants will perform their duty objectively, not based on any preferences and feelings. Decisions based on facts and reasoning, not based on feelings and emotions. It means that something is true and independent of one's feelings, fantasies, concepts or philosophical perceptions. So, that is how. So, when it comes to in the Indian context, I have given examples of caste, religion, majority, minority, upper caste, lower caste. But when it comes to the overall, in the world level itself, such kind of things have happened in many places. For example, some governments in Africa. In Africa still the tribal identity is one of the major identities. Tribal group A, tribal group B. Suppose if a person becomes a president from tribal group A, in order to consolidate his position in that particular group A, that president will favor group A more. They will be given more employment, they will be given government contracts, they will be given preference when it comes to schemes, and automatically when you are giving preference to one group, automatically gradually it will exclude other groups, and when it is excluding some group, this excluded group one day will try to revolt against the government. As they are not belongs to your group, then government will try to unleash huge force, and in this force many people also may die. But president or the leader of a particular group will feel that there still that core vote bank in the present day Indian context. In democracy we call that is a vote bank, and when it comes to dictatorship, that is the loyalty from a particular tribe. The excluded group will be gradually eliminated from the system. Gradually, even sometimes it will lead to genocide also. Genocide means if excluded people are keep on asking the doubts, asking the questions, keep on protesting, then one day government decide that if they are alive, then only they can protest. If they are not alive, then nobody will question it. That's why they will try to remove them. That means completely kill them. So that's what the dangers of going if we do not possess that kind of objectivity. And same thing happened when it comes to Hitler regime. Hitler wanted base from the Germans or non-Jewish people. Now Jewish people were excluded, and it led to the deaths of millions of people. That's where once you start hating somebody, once you started preferring somebody, then objectivity will miss completely. The judgment will be irrational. Purely based on emotions, people will take the decisions. That is harmful for the country. Suppose in a country where these tribal identities are consolidated and people are keep on fighting, then obviously one of the reasons for African countries are not able to develop fastly means because of these tribal ethnic conflicts. And you can see if India also follow the similar kind of mindset, then we will also keep fighting. One religion against the other religion we will keep fighting. One language versus another language we will keep fighting. One region versus another region keep fighting. And there is no depth of reasons for fighting. But a civil servant is supposed to maintain law and order, stability in the country, and overall progress of the country. That's why people, emotions, feelings should keep aside when you are doing the civil services duty, and purely based on the facts. If a person is supposed to get a scheme, that beneficiary must be calculated purely based on eligibility. If a person is eligible, give the scheme. If the person is not eligible, keep the person away. If contract is coming, then if they are good for the government, if government gains from that contract, give the contract, allocate that contract in open, transparent manner. If that is not beneficial for the country, then do not allocate any contract to that person. So everywhere it happens at the lowest level scheme beneficiary to the highest level. So based on suppose ministerial berths, and minister, the particular position of a minister will be given to a particular religion, particular caste, particular language, particular region. It should be based on objectivity, whether a person is eligible for that particular post or not, whether a person is capable for that position or not. Overall, as a country, will it benefit out of the efficiency of that particular person? So merit should be the basis, not based on the vote bank in case of democracy, not based on tribal in some other culture. And when it comes to American societies, white versus black division will be there. Again, that is also kind of preference. And when it comes to Islamic world, Sunni, Shia, Ismail, Jaidis, different sects are there. And depending on that, people will not openly give preference to the merit. Sometimes decisions will be based on, not based on merit, but based on the existing pre-notions or prejudices. Ultimately, who will lose? Ultimately, that society will be at the receiving end. So that's where, even suppose when you take a person based on loyalty, now even if that person commit violence or commit crime or commit mistake, they cannot be held accountable easily because they are having the backup of the top leader. Now people will be afraid of touching that person even if they are committing crimes. And that percolates in the entire system, and the overall society as a whole will go backward rather than forward. That's what. Objectivity, we should take care of that. And what is the importance? These are all the importances. So whatever we are trying to understand, you can apply same for integrity also. You can apply same for impartiality also, non-partisanship also, objectivity also, honesty also. Because we are living in a society where society is having a complex relationship among the people. Some of the examples, according to Nolan Committee and second ARC report, objectivity is one of the key qualities in public administration. So public administration at the central level, state level, so many schemes are there. So much work is done every day, day-to-day basis. Government functionaries will be depending on the kind of work the civil servants will give. It is one of the key qualities entire public administration relies. It enables public authorities to make sound judgments based on data. Suppose a spectrum is there, to whom this spectrum to be given, and the spectrum should be benefited for. Spectrum is an important resource of the country which should benefit the entire sections of the population. Coal mining is there, iron mining is there, bauxite mining, mineral mining, and whoever gives more revenue for the country, they will be given. It should not be based on a preference or based on vote bank politics. Contracts like that, it enhances other characteristics of good governance like honesty, objectivity, neutrality, empathy, tolerance, and compassion. So multiple other associated qualities also will come into objectivity. When a person starts looking the reality in a true objective sense, that if a particular person is eligible for the scheme, then that scheme will reach the end point of the beneficiary. Otherwise, these beneficiaries, some beneficiaries will be excluded, some beneficiaries will be included even though they are not eligible for the scheme. But because of the preference, some ineligible candidates will enter into the scheme, eligible candidates will go away from the scheme. So that is how the dangers are there. Now ultimately the disadvantaged people will get more disadvantages, preferences will be given to those people who have already more preferences. So society inequalities will increase, differences will increase in the society, and one day it will create tensions in the society. But society should be based on trust, based on cohesion. It should not be based on divisions. This entails being fair and treating everyone equally in similar circumstances. So if two people are there, if two circumstances, two poor people are there, and if only one person get the chance of becoming a particular employee, then it should not be based on the existing prejudice, it should be based on the merit. So give some kind of test and you recruit the person who is eligible for that. And same goes, different parameters will be there. Each and every parameter will be applied in different circumstances. You just imagine in Jammu and Kashmir, in Northeast, in Middle India, in South India, everywhere poverty is there, everywhere underdevelopment is there, everywhere roads are required, hospitals are required, schools are required, everywhere infrastructure is required, and everywhere people are suffering from lack of good quality services. We need to improve the service across India. Wherever you go, and you should keep your existing pre-notions aside, purely depending on the objectivity, try to take the decisions. To prevent emotions from impairing our judgment, for instance, giving in to the pressure of a family and friends when signing a contract or doing favors for our relatives might lead to corruption and nepotism. This is one of the major challenges India is facing, and in fact not only India, it's a degree. India also faces the same problem, Pakistan also faces the same, America also faces, Russia also faces, everywhere. When a person enters into civil service, then immediately some kind of expectations will increase in the family, in their relatives, in their friends, in their social circumstances. Whether a civil servant will go by the wishes of those people who are expecting something from you, or you will do your duty purely based on the code of conduct, purely based on the objective analysis of each and every case, or simply just your decision making simply should not be based on the expectations of your other surroundings, purely based on the organizational code of conduct. When ethical difficulties are present, it aids in making the proper decision. Example, rescuing those who are most in need during a crisis. Sometimes dilemma will be coming. Suppose dilemma is like when disaster is happening, two people will be there. One is in the society very highly respected personality, other person is a poor person, not having any social connection, not having much social status. But both are in the same danger, like disaster, it could be flood, it could be cyclone, anything. When disaster management authorities send the force to rescue, the rescue operations, rescue team will not see who is powerful, who is less powerful. They will directly see who is in the danger at most and pick them first, save them, later save the other person. So there they will not calculate what should be the religion, what should be the preference, what should be the social status. Whoever is in danger, they will be rescued first. Who will be in the less danger, they can wait for some time and they will also be rescued after some time. That is where objectivity comes. So when two people are in danger, see the danger, and objectivity means who is more in danger, then save first, then later. Their mind should not think about who is more socially highly having a high status, or no other religion, no other language, no calculation should be there. It's only to save the lives of the people, and whoever is in the most danger, save the life first. When ethical difficulties are present, aid making in the proper decisions like this. Establishing a shared understanding of issues among key players such as people and civil society, persuading people who live in slums close to chemical plants to move because their lives are in danger. So here just one example that a chemical factory is there, slum is also nearby. They must be evacuated because their lives are in danger because of the chemical pollution. Objectivity means that is the only objectivity. Truth is that they are in danger. They must be relocated to the safest place. If you want to relocate and it is a costly affair, you have to convince the slum, you have to allocate the new houses, you have to allocate the new land, you have to give financial support. You are going to change the entire social structure by moving them from one place to the other place. So now chemical factory, who will bear this burden? Will chemical factory will relocate these slums, or government with a scheme will relocate and government will take the sum from the chemical factory? Chemical factory social responsibility will be there, and will it be done as part of the social responsibility? Here if a decision making is done purely based on objectivity, saving the lives of slum people is the most crucial aspect. Now this decision must be taken based on the danger they are in. Not should be based on that slums do not have much power in the society, factory owner will have more say in the society, and they will have command over the politics also. Slum people will not have any command over the politics. They should not have any calculation in this. But in reality, in Indian context, this is what happening. The rich people will try to influence the decision making, because wherever the interest of rich people and the politics are involved, rich people may influence the decision making. Rich people will try to save more money. Rich people will get away from the judgments or justice. Whenever they commit a crime with money, they may go away from the law and they will escape from the punishment. That's what happening in the country. When a civil servant is supposed to do the duty purely based on the identity, whoever needs to be punished must be punished, whoever needs to be rewarded needs to be rewarded. Whoever is a beneficiary, real beneficiary, must be given benefits, and whoever is not, they will need not to be given the beneficiaries as part of the schemes. So that is what objectivity means. And some examples are also there. What will happen when objectivity is not followed? Objectivity not followed means it leads to nepotism. If you are going by the family, nepotism will increase, favoritism will increase, corruption will increase, and this is what. And overall, when nepotism, favoritism, corruption will increase, what will happen? Suppose when it comes to human resources in the department, if you take the merit as the basis, then department will get qualified, efficient people. If you show nepotism and favoritism, and what you get? People may get loyalty, but it will be affecting the efficiency of the organization. Effectiveness will go down, merit system will go down. Now, problem solving, we have seen the problem solving capacity. Aptitude means a person should possess certain aptitude, problem solving capacity should be there. India is having so many problems, problem solving capacity, capability must be there, decision making capability must be there. But if you recruit these kind of people, problem solving capability of the system itself will go down. If one person is there, overall system is strong, still system will be strong. But gradually, if more number of people with less efficiency enter into the system, then an overall system itself, the working nature of the system itself will change, efficiency of the system itself will change. Whatever may be the goals of the organization, that goals will not be fulfilled. As a personal, as an individual will have certain goals. If the individual is not working in disciplined manner, those goals will not be achieved, as simple as that. Similarly, an organization also, if organization employees or the civil servants are not doing duty up to the mark, then organization itself will not achieve the goals. Suppose one organization is there, want to remove poverty from the country. Now that goal can never be achieved. A department is there, want to make Indians economy $5 trillion economy. But if the people who are there is less efficient, and based on nepotism, favoritism, corruption, if the systems are built, then this goal will never be realized. Employment should not be there in the country, then that goal also will not be achieved. Law and order problem should not be there, that goal also will not be achieved. Drug problem should not be there, it cannot be achieved. You can see, already India is facing so many issues, all these issues will take a dent one after the other if people will not follow the objectivity. If objectivity is followed, everywhere that merit system will enter and everywhere fruitful results will be keep coming. Assist in keeping situational awareness while doing duties. For example, preserving law and order during ethnic unrest. Suppose one party is in power, party A got the support, party in power, tribe A, tribe B. Let us say Two tribes are there in a state. Now, tribe A support, no support, but tribe A majority, say like a minority. Because of this, now we are in a democracy, vote bank politics. That means majority should come. If 51 votes are, when number of parties are there, whoever wins maximum number of votes, they are the winners. Now always, if this party supports this particular tribe, then suppose this tribe entirely in favor of this party and supporting, always voting there. Now these people, if they are not supporting it and they will be remaining different from this party, they will support to some other party. But if this party comes to the power, now whenever party comes to the power, this tribe becomes more powerful. They want to get more employment, more land resources, industrial permissions, influence in the society. When it comes to scheme beneficiaries, schemes also, this tribe will take the more number of beneficiaries. Then what about this one? Even though more eligible candidates are there from this group, because when it comes to state, both tribes belong to the same. This land belongs to the both sections of the people, and this government should be government for both the people, and people must be respected in all the, irrespective of the differences in party preference. But if party favors one particular tribe, because if they give benefits to them, they will always vote, they will always in power. That means you have to completely sideline. Suppose if there is a power competition between two, if there is a land in the middle, and if this land is required by both party A and party B, or tribe A and tribe B, now these people want this land and these people also want this land, and over this conflict will happen. Once conflict happens, now some people kill this side, some people are killed in this side. Law and order become deteriorating. Now, party in power. Suppose if tribe A is a criminal, killed tribe B person, will this person get the justice or not? This is where objectivity. Objectivity means irrespective of all these calculations, a criminal must be punished irrespective of your support, and that is what objectivity. But it is what happening. That's where issues are there in the country. It's everywhere. When it comes to law and order, if conflict emerges between two sections of the people, if you are supported by one members of the group, if they commit violence also, people or the state will not take action against them, because they fear that if they take action against these people, their votes will go away. Because of this, now they become even more encouraged indirectly. Now they will try to kill even more number of people here. And exactly Nazi happened that only. During Hitler regime time period, Jewish, non-Jewish, Hitler wants to become powerful. If he gets the people support from German people, then always he will be in power. Then he don't require the support of non-Jewish people. Then Jewish people, you don't require the support of the Jewish people, but Jewish people was having a lot of wealth. You imagine if this tribe A or tribe B is possessing more wealth in comparison with that, and if they are possessing more land, now this group one day will try to attack this land, and they try to capture this land, and they try to attack this wealth, and they will be looted. But because these people are not supporting this party always require the support of this tribe, then what happens? Party will be remain silent even if tribe A committing more crimes. On the other hand, if tribe B criminals are there, they will be captured and they will be imprisoned. So this is what objectivity. Objectivity means whoever may be the law and order trouble, they must be taken into custody, whether it is tribe A or tribe B. Manipur issue for so many months is going on because of these calculations. So that's where when objectivity is not there, law and order. Now gradually what will happen? One person die, 2 people die, 100 people die, 1000 people die, and if government is silent, if necessary action will not be taken based on objectivity, one day this entire tribe may be vanished. Ethnic cleansing. That's what in African countries, some of the places, this kind of ethnic cleansing. This is called ethnic cleansing. That's how when it comes to, when objectivity is there, preserving law and order during the ethnic unrest. Aids in fostering integrity among employees to provide services while upholding equity and inclusivity. So people will be respected, and whoever is supposed to get the schemes, they will become the beneficiaries. Next, how to inculcate? There are so many challenges, because once a civil servant enters into the post, now many expectations will come from immediate family, immediate relatives, immediate friends, multiple angles. From multiple angles, the decision making becomes very complex for the civil servant. On what basis they should go by this decision? Whether you prefer your friends, prefer your family, prefer your supporters, or you prefer based on the constitutional values, equality. So it becomes easy for, if the person who is following objectivity, they strictly go by the case, they strictly go by whatever merit in the case, they will favor that only, not depending on the existing loyalties. How to inculcate them? Written regulations should be implemented with less discretion in order to ensure objectivity in the administration. Written regulations must be very clear, and law should be very clear that what should be done in these particular circumstances. If that is there, then automatically civil servants will follow that rule, and they can convince even if pressure comes from the close quarters, they can convince that law is like that, we cannot do anything. Increasing emotional intelligence and empathy for the underprivileged society. And if you are empathetic or compassionate towards the victim of the society, then automatically your decision making also will be more objective, more based on truth rather than any allegiance. Transparency and openness allow for the assurance of objectivity. Suppose when the decision making process is very transparent, if decision making is secret, nobody will know behind the scene on what basis contracts are given. Suppose if the transparency is there, bidding process is very clean, very open, and open for the public scrutiny, then automatically this transparency itself will become very clear that people or the civil servants will automatically follow the objectivity, because it's open, people are watching you. Automatically people don't want, in the open light, nobody want to become thieves. Thieves will come in the night. Same in this case, thieves will be operating behind the secrecy, behind the doors. That's why whenever you throw the light, automatically everyone becomes very honest. So that's how transparency, openness itself make, if the culture of the organization is more transparent, automatically it will benefit the people. Objectivity, people will follow. The innovative information management system improve objectivity. Objectivity means you need more facts from the ground. Sometimes from the ground report itself will be not clear completely. It will not be fully based on facts. It will be based on inferences. But if management system, information receiving system is very clear, information analysis system is very clear, then more chances are there that civil servants will take the decision based on objectivity. Challenges if objectivity is required in the cases. Now sometimes if more objectivity is there, suppose Aadhaar card should be there, and Aadhaar card must be linked to the ration card to give you the ration. But a person is very poor, They do not have Aadhaar card also, they do not have rationing also. After difficulty, they got the ration card, but Aadhaar card is not yet linked. If Aadhaar card not linked, according to the rules, objectivity means purely based on the rule. If both ration card and Aadhaar card are linked, then rations will be given. Otherwise, objectivity means rations will not be given. Then sometimes it is creating certain challenges in the society. Over objectivity also danger for the civil services. If you do not follow objectivity at all, it's a danger. And if you strictly follow the rules and strictly follow the objectivity, then when it comes to Indian context, India is a developing country, laws are evolving. When laws are evolving, sometimes, and also many people in the country are poor. They are not brought into the system proper manner. People do not have birth certificates properly. They do not have ration cards properly. They do not link with Aadhaar card in the beginning stage. Now, most of the people get connected, but in the beginning stage, Aadhaar card is not properly linked. Then in that process, in that evolution, some eligible people who are supposed to get rationing food grains will be excluded because of this technical ground. Because of this technical ground that Aadhaar card and ration card are not linked, even though if a person is poor, even though that poor person needed food grains, still government will not give the food grains. And what if that person is very poor? Unless you give the food grains, they will not survive, and if they die before this Aadhaar and ration card link is happening. Chances are there, and already it happened. It happened in Jharkhand region. Here, a girl was there for poor family. She was not linked to the Aadhaar card and ration card. Now, it was taking time to link Aadhaar card and ration card, but meanwhile, when it comes to the ration delivery, she was not included in that ration delivery and she was excluded. She hardly could get food. For 8 days, she was not able to get food, sufficient food. On 8th day, she died. And who will take the responsibility for this? Ration card and Aadhaar card not linked, but by seeing the family, you will come to know that they are in need of food grains, but on technical ground, ration was not delivered. As a result, one innocent life is lost. She is 11-year-old kid lost her life just because of this over objectivity. So sometimes this also creates trouble, and that is where emotional intelligence, other civil service foundational values like compassion, empathy, they will come into play. When you are in a ocean, multiple factors will play at a time. When you are in civil service, multiple factors will play in the purely based on law also. When under these circumstances will come, now what should be the decision? Your conscience says deliver, but law says not allowed. So either you should link the Aadhaar card and ration card very fastly if you want to do it completely. So that is how there will be a mechanism how to deliver the food. Immediate aim is to save the life of citizens. So this is one example to show that. So sometimes over objectivity makes people emotionless. People just go like a robot. Robot is also like that. Whatever command you give, it will do. If you don't give the command, it will don't do anything. If Aadhaar card is linked, then you deliver the ration. If not linked, don't deliver the ration. So people become, civil servants also become robots. If objectivity over objectivity is also there. But if you don't follow objectivity also, then corruption, nepotism, favoritism will come into play. So balance should be there, because when India is having so many laws and it's in the evolutionary stage, according to one law it is legally allowed, but there will be exactly opposite law which is not allowing that particular activity. Then how to resolve that particular crisis? One law allows, another law will block it. Then what should be the decision now? Under these circumstances, civil servants are working in day-to-day functioning. Under these circumstances, what should be your guiding light? So that's why objectivity itself has its own merits, because India as a country, multi-diverse, multi-ethnic, multiple prejudices, emotions will be there. One should not take based on these calculations, go by the objectivity, but over objectivity sometimes also create trouble. Suppose authoritarian system is there, it has its own limitations, and as a solution people go for democracy, but democracy also give the solutions. Then does it mean we go back to the authoritarian? No, that is even more dangerous. That's why every system has its own advantages and limitations, but how to achieve overall objective of the country and how to minimize the loss of the lives. So that has to be taken care very carefully when it comes to objectivity. So when it comes to these challenges, people need to take care of this, and proper rules must be there to inculcate objectivity. But at the same time, over rules also sometimes create trouble. There compassionate and consciousness will come into picture, and there will be some other mechanisms within legal boundaries. How can you resolve the problem? So those things, civil servant must be open to the possibilities. That's where the aptitude means it's the quality, openness, creativity, problem solving. That's where foundational values of civil service, integrity, honesty, objectivity, non-partisanship, impartiality, all should be there. And at the same time, certain aptitude qualities like how to solve the problem when these many challenges are there, how to achieve the objective when so many challenges are there. Those qualities also civil servants must inculcate with open mind, openness, so that they will get new ideas to resolve such kind of problems. So this is about objectivity. Overall, a civil servant should not go by the prejudices, go by the facts and reasoning while taking the decisions. It is about objectivity. Thank you. We will meet in the next session with the next topic. Thank you.